Welcome everybody to day 32, where we're going to continue building the flight booking engine. Today I want to focus on login and sign up, okay, or one of them, and then move on to something else. But yeah, let me get started right now. So you can see the backend is running, the front end is running perfectly well. Last time we did some work. Probably I should start by pushing it. Let us see. Conda deactivate. I need to find out deactivating this anaconda thing because actually I don't really need it anymore. So git status. Okay. Git add, git commit -m. I forgot to push it for you guys. Okay. I need to adopt a consistent commit style. Okay. Can say create screens for entering screens to enter passenger info, passenger data to confirm booking -m integrate API endpoint for booking an order, booking a flight order. So okay, so those checks have passed. What now I need to do is to git push. Sorry guys, I think you might have checked the repo and you did not find it. So git push public -mirror. Okay. If you've noticed, I've not yet pushed to my main repo yet. Why? Because I want to ensure that the CI/CD pipeline is not triggered. Okay. So you guys, if you want actually to set up a successful CI/CD, you can fork this public repo and then you make alternatives. Okay, but if you check the actual public repo, this one, you'll find that it's not, the pipeline does not work. But if I push to my to the private one from here, it will trigger the repo and then the thing will run on AWS. And over the past few months, I've been spending unnecessary money on AWS, which I don't want to do. So for now, I'll push to the public that all of you have access to. So yeah, that's it. I can clear, and then let's continue. Okay. So yeah, here it is. So what I want to integrate is this. Okay. Before we come to this stage, okay, or let us say when you're at this stage and you are booking, okay, because there are two things that we can do. Okay, when you're this side, okay, where is it? Which stage is that? Okay, we have an issue there, which is okay, no problem. Let me go to the root. These are some optimizations that we need to do. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Assuming you have picked your city, okay, where you're going to, you've picked this, so the city where, I mean, where you are, and this now the city where you're going to. You've chosen the departure, you've chosen the return, okay, and we're keeping it basic. And then, Eugene says he's locked in. That's great. And then you come and select your flight, okay. I'm thinking about when you say confirm and continue, I ask you to log in and sign in. Okay, that's one level. Okay, or another part is I allow you to come here. Okay, but when you fill in information and go to the next part, okay, that is when I ask you, when I come in, I say, and you click confirm booking. That is when I prompt you to actually sign in. Okay, and that's what I want to do. Okay, so just to remind you, I want to show you the endpoints for that, concerning that. So let's go to Postman, not Postman, the code base. Where is the code? Where is the code? Eugene, great to have you on the stream. Where is this? Close this, should be you. Where is users? Routers, users.py. Okay. Let me minimize this to make it smaller. So you see we have the register endpoint. Okay. And the register endpoint was taking in an email, sending an email. Okay. So we have this register, path operation, then the login. Okay. Simply creates an access token. Okay. And then we use it. And then, yeah, I hope all of you who are watching this right now, or who are watching it after the stream, you understand all this, because we covered this step by step. Okay. So if you're not sure about this, you can go back in time and read. Okay. But these are the endpoints we want to integrate. Okay. This one for logging in, and this one for registration. So quickly, I can actually show you the API, what is it called? Documentation. Localhost, it was localhost. Was it 80/docs? Okay. So here they are. Okay. Come on, what have I done? Okay. The register. Okay. Very basic. And then the login. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is to create screens. Okay. For login. Okay. At this point of confirm booking. Actually, if we go back to this page, in this handle submit function, right here we have a function which checks if there's a token or not. Okay, so we shall use the token to determine if someone has logged in into the system or not. If you're logged in, then the request can continue to this page, to this point. If you're not logged in, we take you to the login page. We take you to the login page. On that login page, if you have an account, you can sign in. If you don't have an account, you have to sign up. Okay. For now, we shall do that. Then later we shall do things like forgot password, etc. But for now, we need to achieve that. Sign up, sign in, log out. Okay. So let us start. So like, I'm not a big fan of generating UIs from scratch. Actually, I'm very happy that we have AI nowadays. Okay. Trust me, I don't think actually I would have had live streams when I'm coding user interfaces. My aim would be to do the backend live streams, fully finish the backend, then later slowly try to do the user interfaces slowly. Okay. I'm not really a big fan of UIs. So let's see if AI can achieve this for me. So I'll start by giving it some context. I need to be aware about the backend. Then also I want to add context, the entire frontend folder. Okay. So I'll say when there is no token. No, but before that, I'll just simply say create a login / sign in page and okay, login page, as simple as that. So we want it to achieve this. I want you to understand everything, okay? You see, when you're logging in, Fed even doesn't need to show you this. The best way to show you what is in Postman, okay? How we execute it in Postman. You see, when we're logging in Postman, you see what we send? Username and password, okay? But under the hood, we shall store them as what are they called? As shall send an email and pass. The name will be email and password, okay? I hope that makes sense to all of you, okay? So where is this? Okay, so I'll say create a login sign-in page, okay, to pick to send data according to the /token API endpoint. Okay, this page should be shown when a token doesn't exist, when on the booking page in the handle submit function. Okay, so let us see what it can do. Okay, so the goal is that here, okay, we're going to route, okay, so router.push to that login page. Okay, so are you seeing it has actually begun? Router.push to /login. Wait, did I remove it? Okay, it's there. Okay, you see, router.push to /login. So this only happens when there is no token. Okay, why is there no token? There is no token because you've not logged in. Okay, so we're going to ensure that when you log in, a token is stored in local storage. Okay, only when you log in. Sometimes actually some people do that when you sign in, a token is given, but I don't want that to happen. Okay, when you sign in successfully, I'll redirect you to the login page. You understand? When you sign in successfully, I redirect you to the login page. Of course, some people actually sign you in immediately after creating an account. Okay, but let me just do it. Like, I think LinkedIn also does this, that after you've just signed in, you first log in. You're not logged in after signing in. Okay, so let's wait. Eugene is saying, I am curious, how much are you paying for Copilot? Yeah, so Copilot charges $10 per month. Okay. This actually, what I did is this. For the first time, they give you a free tier for 30 days. Okay. But still, you have to enter your credentials. Okay. Your credit card credentials. So I entered my credit card. They charged it $10 to prove that it actually works. After charging it $10, within like a minute, they refunded back the money. Okay. So I am on a paid pro plan for 30 days. Then when the 30 days are done, they will charge me. Okay. So it's going to be $10 per month. Okay. It's pretty helpful, but it has helped me. And every time I have like quick UIs to create, okay, Copilot has really helped me. Okay, so it generates the code for me. I review the code. Where I need to make a change, I make a change. You get, yeah. So it's not bad. And I've seen on X people saying Grok is getting good. I'm only seeing Grok fast one. What I like about Copilot is that I can choose any model I want here. So you see I have Sonnet 4.5, I have Gemini 2.5 Pro, I have GPT-5, okay? I'm seeing Grok code fast. Maybe I need to refresh this whole thing to see that Grok model. This guy is talking about Grok being okay, but yeah, Eugene, it is $10. Okay, so let us see what it has done. It says I'll create a login page, a login signup page that integrates with the token endpoint and modify the booking page to redirect to it when there's no token. Let me first check the existing auth structure, then create necessary pages. Okay, so it read the auth users. This says let me check the schemas to understand the expected data. So it checked the backend. Okay, auth.py and users.py. So auth.py is this is where is it? Check if it has checked this one here. Okay, remember this is where we wrote our logic for register and login. Okay, then also it checked which one is that? This is referring to external services, internal, auth.py, this one. Okay, but this one is empty, it has nothing. So I don't know why it was checking it. Okay, but let's go on and see what else it considered. Eugene is asking a question. Which model would you recommend? Actually, to be honest, I would recommend Cloud Sonnet. Okay. In my experience, I've seen Claude do better. Okay. GPT-5, GPT-5 actually also does sometimes slightly better. The only challenge I have with GPT-5 is that it takes long, okay? Really long to achieve its goals. That's the only challenge I have with GPT-5. But Claude Sonnet, in fact, for some time, I found that 3.5 was even better than 4, but I find 4.5 okay. And many times, like today, I saw most people talking about Grok, okay? In a moment, I'm going to show, let me just actually show you that site. Oh, look at this, guys. We have a nice page here coming up. There's this place called, is it LLM leaderboard? Okay, LLM leaderboard is where I always check from time to time to see which model is maybe best at coding. Okay, so you see, actually, what they're saying on Twitter is actually true. See, Grok is kinda okay leading, but look at the price for input tokens, $3. Okay, against, let me reduce it slightly so that you can see. Okay, so Grok $3, output $15. That's high. That's really high, by the way. But I was seeing on X to the people saying it is really good. CGPT-5 1.25 and $10. Okay, Sonnet 3.7 $3 $15. Okay, this is per 1 million tokens. Okay, per 1 million tokens. So let us scroll quickly before we go back to building. I want to show you something. This answer. Best LLM for coding. Okay, here that's the best LLM for coding. So for coding, you always come here, okay, and you see, you scroll and check what you need. Okay, so you see, like in most of them, you see Claude. Okay, Claude is leading. Since here is Gemini, I think it's Gemini. Okay, so this is what you can do with Gene. Okay, so you check these leaderboards. Okay, so you see a Grok, Claude. Okay, you read through. Okay, so let's get back to the meat of it. Okay, so you read you read the actual. I think, like for example, this one here, SWE. Come on, what have I clicked again? Okay, it's okay. Let's read. It says a verified subset of 500 software engineering problems from real GitHub issues. validated by human annotators for evaluating language models' ability to resolve real-world coding issues by generating patches for Python code bases. So LLMs are tested on real GitHub issues. And then here they have what? The leaderboard. Okay, you see GPT-5 won. Okay, it is now the one leading on this particular benchmark. But for me, I found it slow. Okay, they have Codex, then Claude comes in. Okay, then we have Grok. So this is one benchmark. Okay, all right, let's not get into that. Let's finish this. Okay, so you can see that we have login and sign up. Isn't this nice? Okay, basic login and sign up. Not bad. Okay, even they try to respect the colors that we have. Okay, that's why sometimes I think we as software developers, we have to adopt to the AI game. Okay, where AI can't help us, we have to intervene manually. But me, I'm not a fan of user interfaces that much. Okay, of course, if there's a good gig, a good side gig, a good freelance gig, I'll put in the energy. Okay, to create a complex user interface even without using AI. Okay, so you see, login, email, okay, password, sign up, email, okay, password, confirm password. All right, so let's go back to the code. I mean to the prompt, just understand what went on. Then we can make modifications. So it says, let me create a comprehensive login sign up page. I'll create a new login page that handles both login and sign up. Now let's update the booking page to redirect to this login page with proper redirect parameter. Now let's update the booking page to properly redirect the login page with the current URL. Now let's create a simple success confirmation page after for booking. It says good the success folders. Let's add to protect the booking route. Let's add, okay. Let me first read it. I don't want to assume I've understood. Let me read it carefully. Let me also add a check to protect the booking page route, redirecting to login page before the page even loads if there is no token. Let's update the booking page to check authentication on mount. Let's add a check to prevent rendering if not authenticated. Some of these are not necessary, okay? It did not follow. Perfect. Let's create a simple logout utility. So it has even done more than required. Okay. Now let's update the navbar to show login, logout functionality. It went beyond. Okay. Sometimes I don't, okay, sometimes it can look nice, but I really don't like it going beyond because it gives you a lot to review. Okay. And when I have a lot of code to review, I tend to miss out on certain things. Okay. So the features, there's created the login sign up page. There's updated the booking page. Okay. There's enhanced the nav bar. Let us look at the code. Okay. So I'll start from here. So you see this? If there is no token, redirect to login page. So she gets the current path. Okay. So it's auto.push auth login. Okay. And then the current path is stored. Okay. So that when the login is successful, the redirection is brought back to this page. Okay. Let us see what next says. Show loading or redirecting while checking authentication. Where is this? So I don't want this to actually happen. Okay. This should not happen. I'm going to remove it. Next up, we have a component. Use client is a login page. Okay. With a number of what? We have the router, search params, use state, default true, use state, submitting false, then state for error. Then you have form state, okay? To capture the email, the password, and confirm password. we have a redirection. So search param.get redirect. If there's redirect, okay, we'll redirect to the page. Remember what we had here, okay? Where is it? This, okay? We redirect is equals to this current path, okay? So it is what is being picked here, okay? Search params.get. So instead .get redirect by this key, it will pick this value here, the value here, okay? This encoded URI component. Then when that is okay, so you're checking if this is already logged in, okay, on the login page. If the person is already logged in, okay, then they say router.push to this page. Yeah, this is okay, okay. In case someone has been logged in, okay, when someone has been logged in, that means there's a token, there's an access token. If there's an access token, move them away from the logged in page to the page is supposed to be, they're supposed to be redirected to. That's okay. Then after that, they're saying handle login. There's a function called handle login. Okay, takes a form event as the parameter. It's an async function. Okay, event.prevent default. Set error to an empty string. Set submitting to true. They get the base URL from the environment variable. Then create an object of form data of type URL such params. Append the email and append the password. Now you need to understand why we are sending form data. Okay. This is because from the very beginning, when we implementing the backend endpoint, we were following OAuth 2. Okay, in FastAPI, there's what they call the OAuth 2 flow. Okay, even just generally, okay, so they call the OAuth 2 scheme. Okay, the OAuth 2 scheme works with form data. Okay, that's why this is what happening. Okay, so here that's why you see here we are sending the value email from the form, but under the hood, the form data should have a value called username. Okay, so for as a programmer, okay, you know that it's the email to the user, show that it's an email, but under the hood you must send a key called username. Should you send it anything false, okay, I mean something which is not a username, you'll have issues. Okay, it will fail. I want you to remember that. Don't forget that. Okay, we did that. I know it has been a while since we touched the front end, but this is something we learned seriously when we were learning FastAPI for 30 days. Okay, let me show you. I want to show you one more time. Routers, users of PY. Okay, I see when we are logging in, we are expecting an OAuth 2 password request form. Okay, it's the dependency for this path operation. Okay, don't forget that. So we expect form data. Okay, that's why here it is trying to do this. Okay, then of course, after we have got the form data, then we call the API endpoint. Okay, the base URL which has been fetched up here from the virtual environment. Then we append the endpoint token. Okay, because if you come here to this, see /token. Okay, then the method, of course, is the post method. The header's content type is this application X www form URL encoded. I hope you remember this form type. Okay, let me show you here. Just to remind you, are you seeing this? Even in the FastAPI documentation, they specify it. Okay, it is application /x www form URL encoded. It is not JSON. Don't forget this, my people. Okay, it's not JSON. That's very good. That shows actually AI is getting better at identifying patterns in code bases. Okay, that is why before I prompted, I gave it context of the entire backend folder and context of the entire frontend folder. And then they say body form data.string. Okay, curious why it is saying this. Then it says if the response is not okay, then they get the error data from response.json. Then they either create an instance of error and pass the error detail, or say invalid email or password. Then otherwise, if things are okay, then they get the data from the response, then set the token, okay, in local storage there. The token and the user email. Okay. So I don't know if this is supplied by our backend. Let's check. This is the token, this type of token, what it has. This has access token, but there's nothing like email. Okay. There's nothing like email. So here it has hallucinated. You see? So that's why it is good to review code by AI. Job, how are you doing, Job? Long time. It's been long since. Are you the Job by now? Hello, Job. Thank you for joining. And whether if you're following and you have better ideas, do not hesitate to guide. So after that, say it redirects to original page or home page. Okay. Then if there's an error, they simply set the error message. Okay. Then finally, in either case, whether there is an error or success, set submitting is set to false. Okay. So this is the handle login. Then they say handle sign up. Okay. Handle sign up, we first start by validating what? If the passwords match. Okay. So they check the length of the passwords. Okay. Then they say submitting is true. Then after that, they get the base URL. I think things like base URL, later we need to like put this base URL like in one file. Okay. All configuration in one file so that we fetch it from one file. So this is improvements that need to be happening. Even this kind of structure, okay, can be put in one file so that we just pass this endpoint. Okay. So the same idea here, but this same application JSON. Okay. Then okay, this is the same structure. Okay. Then after successful login day, automatically, I see what they're doing here. They're saying after successful automatically login. Where is handle login? Oh, I get. So they send the same event to the login function. Okay. I'll leave it for now. Yes, Job, it's been a while. Where have you been hiding? Then of course this is the HTML, or what you can call GSX. Okay. I won't go through this. Maybe I can just show you that there's a click. When you click the button, there's a on click handler. Okay. This one on a click handler here. Okay. And here is how they display the error. Okay. Yeah, the rest is GSX, which I don't like to revise. I don't like going through HTML and GSX. Then of course the form. If we are logging in, we should the login form. When you submit the form, we use the handle login function. If we are submitting the sign up, okay. Of course, when we submit the sign up form, we use handle sign up, okay. Then they have functions like on change, okay. Like when you change, when something changes, then you set the password, okay. When you change the confirm password, you use this set confirm password, okay. Yeah, so nothing really complex I'm seeing, okay. That's why I focus mainly on walking through the part of the JavaScript itself, okay. The GSX here, I'm not seeing any big issue. If there's an issue, we shall try to change. So I'll continue, but I want to make changes, okay? Local storage. Job is asking, is storing the auth token safe in local storage, or you will change that? I'm going to change that, okay? For now, I just want it to work. Later, I'm going to change, okay? There's a topic I'm going to bring it up, and you'll see. I'm going to change it actually. Let me see. There's this one which checks the authentication status. Which page is this? Oh, this is the nav bar. This is the nav bar. Okay, how does it check the authentication status? It has inside the use effect hook. Okay, there's a function called check auth, which picks the local the access token and email. This is if set is logged in if there is no token. Okay, depending whether there's a token or not. Then they set an email. Okay, check auth. Then they have a listener on this check storage. Okay, then which is simply listening for storage changes. Okay, if there's a change to local storage, then they call this method. Then they have a cleanup method, okay, which removes the event listener. But the things I'm going to change, okay, so just give me a moment. So handle logout, they remove the items from local storage, set is logged in, set user email, they push, set menu, okay, that's okay. So this is for the menu, okay. If you've logged in, they show this, okay, logout. Otherwise, they show login. Then what else? These are auth links, okay. Yeah, the same thing. So yes, it's now repeating. So I'm going to keep, but I'm going to I need changes, okay. I want change because the front, the backend is not going to return an email, okay. So let me show you so that you follow along with me. In experience, guys, what do you think? Do you think AI makes work easier or harder? So I think this is what we return, okay? This is what we return, okay? This. We don't, there's no email here, okay? So I'm going to say on successful login, only data of the following type is returned. So that the changes, so that we have the changes made to those endpoints. I want to add context. Say files and folders, add the backend and add the front end. Okay. Hit send. Job says, I personally use AI as a tool, just like an extension. It helps. Yeah. Perfect way to use AI as a tool. Okay. Where it helps, not bad. Where it doesn't do well, we put our manual hand in it. How do you handle your auth tokens, Job? I'm very curious. And the rest of you on the stream, how do you handle your auth tokens when you're building? So it's crazy when it says I understand. Like, bro, you don't have a brain. Okay. If you know how LLMs work, it's hilarious when it says I understand. Okay, let's go on. The backend only returns this. Okay. Let me update the login page correctly. Currently, it is storing an email from the input, which is fine. But let me verify and optimize the implementation. Let me check the current login page. Good, implementation is already correct. Says towards the access token, the email. Says this is the correct approach since the backend doesn't return user info. However, let me check if we should decode the JWT token to get the email from it. Like it's going beyond, like, yes, the user's email is in the sub, but wow, this is way too much. Juice says, for me, I use beta auth for my auth. I've heard about beta auth, but I've never actually used it. I don't know what you can tell me about beta auth. Yeah, Eugene, this thing has no brain. Like it can't just scam us so that it understands. Let's also add a utility function to decode the utility token. No, 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 no. It's now going crazy. Okay. There's that file that people create when they are working with what? With tools like Copilot, Casa, etc. That sets the general rules for the project. Okay. There's no need to create this. Okay, there's a function called get auth token. Set auth. Then this is still passing the email. Okay. Okay, it is using the email from the response. I'll leave that, but that is something that will be removed. Let me first see this beta. What is beta auth? Just briefly. Email and password. MCP server. Basic, let me see the basic usage. Beta auth, email and password enabled true. Auth client.sign up. Like, you see, what I see here, job, is that there is no shortcut to anything. There's still some work. Yeah, but I guess they handle for you the security and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, it's something I'll look into. It looks like they have integrations. Is it a free thing? Is this free? Do they have like a paid tier and stuff like that? And if it's for paying, how much? Yeah, this is something I think maybe I might look to. Because are you seeing this? Sign up, then email and password. Okay, I think this is like the setting. Okay, you set it to use email and password. Then here you supply the data. Okay. Then when you continue, I'm looking for something. I'm saying this is the callback URL, but I'm looking for where you put the what? The actual endpoint they're going to use. Okay, I'm saying provider, GitHub. So I'm looking for where the provider is going to be like my external API. Okay. I'm just skimming through, but I guess this is something maybe I would look at in my free time. Yeah, looks interesting. Thank you. I would have never taken this seriously if it wasn't for coming up here. So I think here is when you need a social provider like GitHub. Yeah, I think I'll use it for other tools like adding Google sign in and stuff like that. Look at it. It created an MD file. All right. What is because I'm already feeling tired. I'm starting to think whether I should switch my streams of building to maybe morning hours. Let us skip. Let's go through this quickly. So there's created methods for this. Okay. Let us see clear auth. There's a function for decoding the GWT. There's no need to decode in the GWT. I need to create a general file which having rules, okay, so that it does as instructed, okay? Do only as instructed. I need to have, I think I used to have it in Casa. I don't know whether it's the same for VS Code and Copilot, okay? But it's basically done. We just need to fine tune it, okay? We fine tune it and we get done with this. So we click here. Let us see. One-way trip. That's the departure. Select. Job says, I think it's an open source thing. Yeah, if it's free, I think it should be open source, most likely. So when you click here, the guy has broken our stuff. I think it's been broken. Yeah, so we've got to change that. Let us see. All this get, let me see, get auth token, get user email, clear auth, set auth. Okay, we just leave this for now. This MD file is not required. I'm going to delete it. Okay, so it just refactored. Okay. I'll keep, but then something needs to change. Okay. I want to say, so you need to go to flights. Okay. That's why you need to actually know what you're doing so that you're able to change things by yourself. When I go to flights, okay, and I go to the flight offer card, I'm looking for the button, select flight. This button on select flight. So select flight, router.push, flights, flight.id. So the question is, why is it not, what could be wrong? Come here, click on this. Don't see anything wrong. Network. Because this file, I think this file has not been touched in any way. I'm going to refresh the page. Something is wrong. I'm starting to guess. When I have one time when I was creating an application, okay, I would hit on a button and think probably the button is not working. But what was actually happening was that it was actually the routing was happening, but the page which I was routing to had a use effect hook. And if that use effect would always bring me back, like within a microsecond, and I would never know what would be wrong. And I would be frustrated forever. Okay. Eugene says, when prompting, tell it to do only what you have instructed it, not to go overboard. Yeah, that's correct. That's why you saw me trying to put this at the end. Where was it? Do only as instructed. Yeah, but I want to put it like in the general rules of the project. I think it should be like in settings. We're going to figure it out together. So fail to fetch. Why has router.push failed to fetch? Next.js browse. Isn't that page still there? Flights /id So why did it fail to fetch? Let's go to the front end. Do I need to rebuild the page? Yes, Eugene, you are right. So let's refresh this. But that would mean, okay, let's now select. Okay, yeah, so the page had not been built, okay, based on how Next.js works. But okay, let's continue. Eugene, I need to come back to what you've just mentioned. It's very important, and I want to add it in the rules, okay, in the general rules of the project. So confirm and continue. Okay. So I think confirm and continue. When we confirm and continue, we're brought to the authentication page. Okay. So let's collaborate. Do you think it would be better to go to authentication at this part of confirm and continue, or do you think it is better to go to authentication page after we have finally entered the travel information? Wait, I think this is actually better right now. Do you know why? Imagine you're a user, okay? Let us forget about being software developers. Throw it out of our minds. We're just normal users. I have come to a website and I've entered you entered the information of, imagine you have maybe like 2 children and your partner. You've entered the information about your partner and your children and yourself. Then after that, they tell you, click. When you confirm, you're related to login. Then you have to log in or sign up. Then again, come back and enter that information again. It is very annoying. So I think it's better right now when someone has confirmed the flight, okay? They mean the flight they want, to sign in first, okay? Or sign up. Then later they can fill in that information, the travel information. That is what I think. Okay. If you have a different thought, please, of course, don't hesitate to let me know. So let's try. I'm seeing this given by AI. Let me put something simple. I want to put something simple that I can remember. Okay. Then I hit. Okay. So you see, incorrect email or password. Okay. So these are the first things we check for. And that looks like it was able to be implemented correctly. But we can even go to inspect the network tab. Network tab, hit send. You see we get a 401 actually. If I drag this, where is it? Where can I see that from? Response headers. Maybe general, okay? Yes, the 401 unauthorized, which is expected, okay? Unauthorized. The response is incorrect email or password. Okay, that's okay. So I hope everybody understands that, okay? Maybe just to walk you through a little bit, okay? So what happens is that we have a form, okay? We have our form. Let me close this, close this, close this. Because I remember I had ignored explaining the form to you, but it's important that you know, okay? So you see this thing, Errorbound Ventures is here, okay? But I think we might actually have to remove it since it's already up here. And you actually, your journey doesn't begin here, okay? I'll remove, since it's in the what? In the nav bar. I don't need this title here. Look at this, guys. Let me just remove this one, okay? I'll remove it. And I change this to an H1 probably like that. Let us see. Here it is, okay? Yeah, this is better for me. Of course, I'm not a UI UX guy, but you can guide me. Then we have the cards, okay? So using this login sign up, this is this part. Okay. This is this part. So there's this button, okay? Yeah, these two buttons, excuse me. When we click, okay, when you click on this button, which has sign up label, login is set to false. And the error is also what? Set on empty string. Then this other part, when you click on this one, it says login to true and sets the error to false. Okay. So it is used to switch what you see and what you don't see. Okay. As simple as that. Then the error message is this way. The error message is what? Shown. So if the actual error, the error string is set, okay, then this is also set. So this JSX is only shown only when this is available. When it's truthy. In JavaScript, they call it a truthy word value, meaning it exists. Okay. Then they have the login form. Do you remember this variable called is login, which is here, which is being set by this login false and set login true. Okay. So depending whether login is false or true, a certain form is shown. Okay. So you see there are two forms here. Okay. When login is true, okay, we show this form, the login form. Otherwise, we show the sign up form. Okay. This is the sign up form. Login form, sign up form. Okay, in fact, I'll copy this and put this comment inside. Okay, let me just leave. No, I can copy it still. I can copy this. I thought I'd messed up big, but I can put it there like that. But then, yeah, it is messing up the GSX. No problem. Let me leave it. I don't want to put those fragments. Okay. So login sign up form. Turns out maybe AI is actually smarter than me. I insulted it that it has no brain. Okay. So for the sign up form, okay, we see there's an email address. So when, if you remember, it is required, okay, its value is the email up here in the state. If you look at the state here, email, we have email, password, and confirm. In functions to set email, set the password, and set confirm password. Each of them is used, okay? Set email, event.target.value, okay? Changes the email value, okay? Other things are like the placeholders, the class name, which I won't go into. So I'll close that. The next one is the password, okay? Same structure, okay? ID of the input field, the type is password, it's required, its value, what happens when a value inside, when someone is typing, okay? When it is changed, what happens? Class name, the placeholder, minimum length, as simple as that, okay? So it's really very similar, okay? So confirm password, the same thing. ID, confirm password, type password, it is required. This is its value. When a value is changed by someone typing, we call this function to update the value. This is for styling it, okay? This is simply Tailwind, okay? If you don't know Tailwind, you can learn Tailwind in an hour. What you need to know, okay? There are things you can Google. You don't need to take a month learning Tailwind. You learn it as you go. These are the things, maybe in terms of service, of course, I don't need that. Then when you're submitting, okay, if the state says that you're submitting, you show creating account, okay, depending on what is that going on. Then the back home button, okay. I just want to go through. I wanted to go through this page so that it doesn't look strange to you, okay. But again, I'm going to push this code, and you can always study it and revise it, okay. So yeah, things are changing. How we code is, I think, has changed because of AI, but it doesn't remove our effort as software developers to review the AI generated code. You have to still review it a lot. So handle login one more time. Event.prevent default to prevent the default action of the browser and the form. Set error is set to an empty string to a string. Okay, an empty string. Set is submitting is now to true to change the status so that we can see that action. We pick the base URL from, okay, build form data. Okay, remember why? Because our endpoint is simply uses the OAuth tool mechanism, okay, and expects form data, okay. And then we have the request using fetch. Don't forget this type, okay, very important. Then if everything is not okay, we simply throw an error, okay, and that error will be caught here in catch. When we throw this error, it is caught here, okay, and set. Then if things are okay, then we get the response, okay, and set the what? The access token, okay. And then finally, whether things are okay or not, we say set is submitting to false because submitting has now finished, okay, has now finished, whether an error happens or not. At the end, we have to be done with the whole process. So that is handle login. Handle sign up, the same thing, okay. Prevent the default action, set the error message to false, then have what? Basic validation, okay. Check if the passwords match, check if the password length is greater than is less than 8, set submitting to true, pick the base URL from the environment variables, send a request using the fetch API, okay, to the register endpoint, okay. Of course, the method is also post, but this time the content type is application JSON. We stringify, okay, because it's JSON, so we have to stringify. Then if things are bad, okay, if the response is not okay, we get the error, okay, and display the error, okay. If there's no error, if there's no property called error, I mean there's no property called detail on the error data object, then we simply say registration failed. We throw it. Then that error again is caught here, okay, and displayed. So we display that we display the error dot message if the error is an instance of the error class. Otherwise, we simply say sign up failed. Please try again. Then, of course, whether things fail or not, they say set submitting to false in case things fail. But if things pass, they call handle login successfully. Okay, to automatically log in. I'm curious to see how this works. I didn't want this to happen, but let me just leave it for now. Okay, and we see. So that is it. If there's anything on this page that you don't that is confusing you, please go ahead and ask a question. If you've understood something better than me, go ahead and let me know. Okay. So then on this page, we check that if a user is already logged in, okay, we don't allow someone to come to this page. Okay. We simply push them to the page that they are supposed to be redirected to, which will be either the home page or if we have the redirect in the URL parameters. Okay. First, I can remove these comments. I don't need them. Form state, do I need this? Okay, maybe this can guide someone. Type for token for response. This is from backend. Okay. This is okay, but no need for a comment. So can we test? Okay. The fun example area is one to test. Where is it? Where is it here? This example, use at example.com. So paste. So you see, this check is actually not working. Oh, you know what I was complaining about? I was saying this is not working. Where is it? This. Okay. But it's actually in sign up, not login, which is okay. So let us what? Sign up. Okay. To sign up, we come to form password, click, say please lengthen to 8 characters. Okay. Which is okay. So let me try to put one longer. Okay, enter the password. So you see, please tick this box if you want to proceed. Okay, that's okay. Then I'll click. So it says email already registered. Oh, unlucky us. We are so unlucky. Let me change it to Okay. So let's try this. Okay. So creating account. So you see, it worked. Do you believe? Do you not believe? Okay. So I'll say not now. People, what do you say? Has AI taken your job? So let me ask you, how, without AI, do you think it would have taken me longer to generate the UI and do that? Okay. I simply give it the context of our backend code, give it the context of the front-end code, and with some instructions. What do you say? But there's an issue here, okay? Let's refresh this page. I think this logout page, this log thing, I think this, it only happened after we refreshed, that it changed to logout. Okay. So let us see, what's the route for login again? It is slash auth slash login, okay? So what I want to test this. I see this part here, okay? This is what I want to test. So I'll go to, I'll say slash auth slash login, like that. Okay, that's okay. This is supposed to happen, okay? That when you go to the login page, you're either redirected to the home page or to a previous page, okay? If I go back here and I say again slash auth slash login, okay? Hit enter. That is very okay, okay? If you're logged in, you should not be able to have what? Logged in. But this is also an issue I want to check. Click, delete this, delete this. Okay, these functions are okay. I seen this. This is okay. Let me ask you a question. What if the token expires? What would happen when you're trying to book? Okay. Remember this when you're sending a request, you need the token. Okay. So what if the token expires? So even here in the booking page, I'm seeing they also get the token, they're checking. They're checking for what? We are checking to see the current path. Okay, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. Minimize this. There's a lot of optimization to be done. What am I looking for? Okay, that's okay. Let me first test something one more time. I want to log out. Okay, that was normal. That was okay. I mean, so login. There we are. Let's try to log in. One, two, three, four. Then put these characters for the password. Okay, that was okay. But I think this button remains what? Login. Okay, it's not updated immediately. But if I refresh the page, I think it is known. So let's do this. Go back. This is okay. Why do they have remember me here? Forgot password. Oh, so they actually implement. Did they implement the forgot password page or they have it already? I think, oh, okay, we have the forgot password screen, okay? So I think, okay, this one has an issue. We shall fix it. Forgot password. Remember me. These are things to be implemented later. I'm thinking about. I don't think we implemented forgot password on our backend. Okay, these are things we shall do later when we are trying to fine tune. Okay, so for now this is okay. Let me try to put this. Okay, sign in. Okay, that's okay. So this is where the issue is. Okay, so the issue is we need this to be updated automatically. So let's go through the flow. Okay, you come, you pick a city, where you are and where you're going. Okay, so we pick that one, departure date, the return date, number of children 1, infants 1, class, business, search. Eugene says, I don't think so. First, you need to learn how things work so that when you use AI, you are able to correct where possible. I think I've read this late. I need to keep an eye on the chat. Yeah, but you're right, Eugene. So yeah, wow, this is quite expensive. I think because of the people, okay? The number of people. So select flight. So you see all our traveler pricings are indicated. It's really pricey. Confirm and continue. Good. Okay, so we need to log in first. So enter the details, login, incorrect email or password. Let me magnify this so they can see. Says how long have you set the token? How long have you set for the token before it expires? I'm not sure, but it's in the backend. It's in the backend in the environment variables. Okay. Probably let me log in. Okay, so this is okay. Yeah, so that's okay. What we just need to not resolve is this. Okay. If I show you the backend. So you see if this .env.example, we have, I think access token expires, so I guess it is 60 minutes. Okay. I don't want to show the original .env, but this is it. Okay. There's this time. So I guess 60 minutes, an hour. Yeah, it's an hour. So what else do we need? I wanted to do something that Eugene had suggested. Okay. Say if I go to instructions, okay, new instruction file. What is this? In Casa, I used to know where to put them. Settings, is it the general settings? Prompt files. Generate instruction chat settings. Okay, let us see these chat settings. This way maybe we can put roles. If I can't, if you know, you can tell me where to find it. Or we can continue with our stuff and then I can change it later. Ideally, I'm looking for something like casa.roles. Wow. No need to spend time on that. So what I need to do is this. So now, are you seeing this? We need this to update automatically. Okay. So we shall go to the nav bar, components, nav bar. Okay. So actually, one thing I've discovered. Okay. I don't know if you've also noticed it. When a file is open, okay, it is automatically added to the current context. Are you seeing here? It's automatically added. Okay. So let me say the login logout button in the navbar is not updated immediately, except after page refresh. Until it use the global Zustand store. Okay. I want to just use the global Zustand store. Then I'll give you the same context of the entire front end. Okay. Just the backend also for proper context. Okay. Then I'll say do only as instructed. But there is a, okay, let me click this and I Google. Okay. Core VS Code Copilot roles. Okay. Open this. Okay. So are you seeing this? Types of instruction files. Miss the time. Wow, 60 minutes past time. Let's try to hurry. VS Code supports multiple types of Markdown-based instruction files. If you have multiple types of instructions files in your project, VS Code combines and adds them to the chat context. Says a single .github compile a single .github / copilot instructions.md file automatically applies to all chat requests in the workspace, stored in the workspace. One or more instructions.md files checked for the specific tasks or files applies use apply to a single this is experimental. I don't have experimental stuff. I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to put my instructions here. Okay. General coding guidelines. Okay. So it's an example. You have to write markdown. Okay. Apply to. Looks like even to write instructions, I have to learn. It's crazy. Let me see this example. Okay, apply to this. Okay, I think it specifies what to apply to. So it's actually a markdown file. Okay. Wow. They have actually specific formats. Okay, are you seeing this? They have specific formats. So which means I have to come to .github. Now I have workflows. So I add. Let me copy this. Wait, I think I had copied it. Then I'll create here. I'll paste. I'll create a new file and paste. Okay. So these are copilot instructions. Say enable the copilot chat. Oh my God. I'll do this after. Okay. Let me not waste time. Time is already fast spent. I'll do this after. Checking authentication. What's this? I guess it is editing a lot of stuff. Delete, move to trash. When I get tired, well, I now start rushing. So it's saying use Zustand store for the auth state is authenticated. Use auth store. Let us see. Logout. Okay, it's not using one function called logout for all this. Okay, which is better. I only need to use Zustand. So it says is authenticated. Is authenticated. Okay, it has picked from the store. Okay, these are comments I want to check. So it has created an auth store. Okay, where the state is being persisted. The auth state has the token, user email is authenticated, a login function, and a logout function. So in use auth has create. Okay, persist. Okay, and then we have a token, user email authenticated false by default. So login, okay, simply sets the token, okay, and does set token, okay, and does the local storage item. Logout sets everything to null and false. Okay, let me go slow. I don't want to lose anybody. Let me go slow. Okay. We have an interface, okay, which represents a type, okay, called auth state. And the token is either a string or can be null. Okay. The email can be a string or null. Is authenticated is a boolean, meaning it can be false or true. Login is a function which takes in a token which is a string, email which is a string, and returns nothing. Void means nothing. Logout is a function which returns nothing and has no parameters. Then you have a function called auth state. I mean create, okay, which is the actual state. Create is a function from Zustand, which helps us to create the global state. And it's of type of state, okay? Then when I open here, we have a function called persist, which persists what? Our state. Inside here, we have two functions, okay? We have a function called set, okay? Set, so set is also takes in is a function, okay? And inside here we have like data is actually data which is an object, okay? Some of the datas, okay? Okay, then generally think about the object having key value pairs, okay? Token, remember, is null by default. User email is null by default. Is authenticated is false by default, okay? But also note that these objects here can have functions as like properties, okay? So we have login and logout, okay? Login and logout. Login, like we have seen up here, okay, with this type code of set, takes in a token and email, which are both strings, and then sets them, okay? Sets the token, the user email, okay, and is authenticated to true, okay? And then this data pushed to local storage, as simple as that. Then for logout, we simply set all of them to null and is authenticated to false, and then remove them from local storage. Okay, so we have one place where we are managing everything. That is why I prompted it to use Zustand. So if you don't know the concept of global state, you may struggle. Okay, so this does not kill the concept. Still, we have to know the concepts, guys. Don't forget that. So that is it. What else is down here? Okay, so this is the name. Okay, just a name to identify this uniquely. This is for Zustand to use. So, okay, we shall keep and we test. Okay. I hope I've done a good code review. So look at us. We are stuck in a loop. Click Urban Ventures. Go back. So you see, we're still stuck in the loop. So what's the issue? Close this. Close this. So I had success and I wasn't it. Which page is this? Booking/ID. Yeah, this is the page. So here is it. Okay. If you're not authenticated, okay, you have this method saying it returns this saying checking authentication. Okay. But it gets stuck on that. You don't want it to get stuck on that. Okay. You see? So if you're not authenticated, okay, you're going to remain stuck here. Okay. So you see, it remains checking authentication, checking authentication. Okay. I think later, for now, actually, I want this to remain here. Okay. Then in case you come to a page, booking page like this, if you're not authenticated, you remain here like this. But I'm thinking about something to do, okay, about it. That if you're not authenticated on this booking page, you are actually allowed to stay there. Okay, let me do this. Let me comment this out. Oh, I get it. No, it's okay. It's okay. It should remain. Okay, you should not come to this page if you're not authenticated. Okay, so I'll undo. Okay, so if I go to login, has this page been built? I need to rebuild. I need to rebuild this. Let's try to get done. Go back. Go back. Okay, now it's working. Actually, most of the issues I've discovered, okay? This Next.js, guys, but let me tell you something. Long time ago, when Next.js had just come out, I mastered Next.js, guys. I dedicated my time to mastering the Next.js. Then they made a change. I tried to master it. Then as soon as I just mastered the new change, again they changed. Oh my god. I got so pissed during that time. It was so disturbing. So ever since then, I've never given attention to learning it in detail, okay? I just do it because it's a popular tool that has most opportunities, okay? And I know I can get my way around things by reading documentation, and now we have AI, I can get my way around things. But there's something I've been reading about called the turn stack, okay? I'm starting to consider those kind of the turn stack stuff, okay? And with AI, refactoring a project wouldn't be that hard anyway. So let us try to log in. Okay, what I want to try to I want to try to sign up with an existing account. And I see what they say. Agree terms, passwords don't match. Which one is wrong? Okay, this is okay. Okay, this is very good. Email already registered. So I was testing for this. Okay, this is very good. This should happen. Okay, that we get email already registered. So let's see login. Okay, login the same. Okay, this is good. Now, now are you seeing this? I think this time I didn't have to refresh the login page. Do you see? I did not have to refresh the login page. Instantly, the state was picked. Okay. So now, do you understand why it is important to know certain concepts? Okay. I prompted AI to achieve us this goal, but it's like I prompted it. It's like I gave it the solution to implement. I don't know if I make sense. I gave it the solution to implement because by just some things come from experience. Because by just looking at what was going on, I knew okay, this state is only being updated when I refresh the page. I can solve this by having a global state for authentication. Okay, so that one state is the single source of truth for the state for authentication. Okay. So which means if there are changes to that single source of truth, anything that subscribes to that single source of truth will be updated. That is why you see that now the logout button shows automatically. Okay, which is good. So if I click logout, you see we are back here. Okay, and I think this in the URL we have the redirect. Okay, this redirect thing still showing. Okay, so we're taken to the appropriate page. If I put in this other email, okay, the same email, and the password, sign in, you see, we're brought back to the booking page, okay? And what is interesting about this booking page, I don't know if you guys have noticed it, that we have one adult information, one, the child, and the travel documents, held infant, and the documents, okay? So it is actually matching what we had, what we searched for. That's cool. So I want to log out again. This time, I want to go back to the page, to the here, okay? And we search, okay? So I'll say New York to London. We're going to say from this date to that date, economy, adults to children to infants to search. Let us see what we get, okay? Okay, there we are. So we can have a number of options, okay? select this one. So you see all the traveler pricings are here, okay? 2 adults, 2 children, 2 infants, okay? So it's the can confirm and continue. So this is what I wanted to just make sure that it's okay. Now when I need to confirm my account, then login says incorrect email or password. Okay, let me try to put the correct one. Again, I was just testing that. There we are. Finally. And again, you see that the logout button automatically changed to login. I mean, the login button automatically changed to logout. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to try to, I want to just show something. Okay. The responsiveness of this. Okay. Yeah. It is still as I expected. Ojin says, how do I allow Copilot to make changes to my code, or that feature is for premium accounts only? To make changes to your code, you need agents. So these actually they have, I think they have a free period per month for even normal accounts. But how you do it is by using this mod. Okay, so you see there are mods here, Ojin. Okay, there's agent mod, there's ask, there's edit. Okay. So to make changes, use agent. Okay, use agent mode. In fact, many times, sometimes even I also use the ask mod. By the way, okay, I use the ask mod. Like when I want when I want to create a plan for it to implement. Yeah, so use agent, okay? So yeah, looks like Cloud Sonnet has done it for me perfectly. So people, I think that is it, okay? We have been able to create a login page, create a sign up page. We've been able to integrate login and sign up. We've been able to have logout, okay? So we are moving in a particular direction. Yeah, so I'm thinking about something. I'm not even thinking about something. It's obvious what I want us to do next, okay? And we shall continue this very soon. So in the morning, those who are learning Kubernetes with me and DevOps, I'll be back with a stream in the morning. Bye for now. Have a lovely evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. And yeah, like this and spread this in your network. Ojin, I hope I've answered your question correctly. Let us meet in the next stream, okay? And like I've always told you, I've been singing a song. I've said, for those who are learning DevOps with me, and particularly Kubernetes, okay, I am planning to release a video on Docker, okay, having everything concerning Docker, okay, what the containers are, what virtual machines are, concepts about images, Docker Compose, Docker volumes, networks, okay. We shall actually Dockerize a FastAPI application, okay. Yeah, to add external, have multi-container system with a simple, so that you understand everything concerning Docker containers, okay. Then there you have a solid understanding of Kubernetes. Then after that, I also make, I think, an entire video about Linux, okay. Then when I make that video of Linux, I'll create a playlist which has in order things that you can learn for DevOps as a backend engineer, or just general as a developer, okay? That you start with Linux, then we go to that Docker stuff, then you go to Kubernetes, okay? Then maybe you can even do things like infrastructure as code. In fact, I'm thinking about doing infrastructure as code in detail alone, okay? Then covering AWS and Azure, then yeah, that's the plan. Then also, of course, the usual backend content concerning Python and stuff alike, okay? Or suggestions as you guys can also give. All right, bye for now. I've enjoyed this stream. I've enjoyed coding, prompting, debugging, and learning together. Eugene, I'm happy it has worked for you. So everybody, bye for now. See you in the next.